everyone. Today, let's talk about wheat rust. Wheat rust, commonly known as jaundice in wheat production in China, is a kind of fungal disease with wide distribution, fast spread, and heaviest harm. In epidemic years, it may reduce yields by 20 to 30% and even cause total crop failure in some fields. Based on affected parts, spot shape, and morphological characteristics of the pathogenic bacteria themselves, it may be divided into three kinds: stripe rust, leaf rust, and stem rust. Stripe rust is the most common and serious one in Sichuan and Chongqing. Let's start with stripe rust. Wheat stripe rust mainly occurs on wheat leaves and may also on leaf sheaths, stems, and ears. At the initial onset, chlorotic spots will appear on the leaves of wheat. In the process of slow infection by pathogen, they will gradually become bright yellow powdery blisters, namely uridynia. The uridynia of stripe rust is smaller, with insignificant epidermis cracking, oblong, and arranged in rows parallel to the leaf veins in a dotted line shape. At the final onset, there will be black, narrow, and long strip blister spots lying beneath the epidermis, namely tilia of stripe rust. The leaf epidermis does not crack when the tilia are mature. Now we have learned about stripe rust. Let's talk about leaf rust. Wheat leaf rust mainly occurs on wheat leaves and occasionally on stems and leaf sheaths. The symptoms are similar to those of stripe rust, with chlorotic spots on affected parts. As it progresses, however, rust powdery blisters will appear later, which are the uridynia of leaf rust. Its uridynia are smaller as well, round to oblong and irregularly scattered, with surrounding epidermis cracked. At the final onset, scattered round or oblong black tilia appear on the back of leaves or the stems lying beneath the epidermis, with no epidermis cracking. The last of the three is stem rust. So what are the symptoms of stem rust? Let's find out together. Wheat stem rust is mainly harmful to stems and the leaf sheaths, but also to leaves and ears. The uridynia of stem rust is larger, oblong to long and narrow, reddish-brown, irregularly arranged and scattered, with surrounding epidermis cracked and curled outward. At the final onset, black oval to elongated tilia, which look like powdery blisters, appear at the affected part. Such tilia are irregularly arranged and scattered, still with surrounding epidermis cracked and curled outward. And with that, we can now summarize the characteristics of these three kinds of rust. Affected parts result in uridynia, and the black tilia are formed in the affected parts at the final onset. Due to their respective characteristics, the three kinds of rust may be distinguished by the size, color, and shape of uridynium, location, arrangement, and epidermis cracking. We can distinguish them vividly in this way: stripe rust in rows, leaf rust in disorder, and stem rust as a great red spot. Now let's check how much we have learned. Can we tell from the following three pictures? Well, according to their respective symptoms, we can now easily distinguish between these three kinds of rust, with leaf rust on the left, stripe rust in the middle, and stem rust on the right. Alright, finally, let's summarize what we have learned today. Mainly, I explained the field symptoms of three kinds of wheat rust: stripe rust, leaf rust, and stem rust. You may consolidate what you've learned today with this chart. Okay, that's all for today. See you next time.